For nearly 400 years, no member of the British royal family had ever been arrested. 400 years. And then, on a cold February morning in 2026, 6 police vehicles pulled up to a quiet farmhouse on the King's own estate in Norfolk. Inside was the King's brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, once known as Prince Andrew, Duke of York, son of Queen Elizabeth herself, was taken into custody, fingerprinted, placed in a cell, a bed, a toilet, no special treatment, no royal privilege. The palace? They found out. When you did. And the worst part? This is only the beginning. To understand how a prince ends up in handcuffs, you have to go back. For years, Andrew was one of the most protected men in Britain. He served as the UK's Special Trade Envoy, a prestigious government role that gave him access to sensitive documents, classified briefings, and the corridors of global power. He also had a friend, a very dangerous friend, Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced American financier, the convicted sex offender who built a network of the world's most powerful men and used it to traffic and abuse young women and girls. When Epstein was finally arrested in 2019, the world wanted answers. Andrew gave a BBC interview that was described as, and I quote the press here, a nuclear explosion level bad disaster. He admitted staying at Epstein's mansion. He denied everything else, but the documents told a different story. When the US Department of Justice released over 3 million pages of Epstein files, buried inside were emails. Emails with a name at the top, the Duke. Andrew, while serving as trade envoy, appeared to have forwarded Epstein confidential government reports and briefings on Vietnam, Singapore, Hong Kong, investment opportunities in Afghanistan's Helmand province, sensitive, classified, secret. And he allegedly sent them to a convicted sex offender. This wasn't just embarrassing, this was potentially a crime. Thames Valley Police opened a formal investigation. The charge they were considering, misconduct in public office, an ancient law, a serious one, the maximum sentence in Britain, life imprisonment. Andrew's own brother, King Charles, had already stripped him of his titles, evicted him from the Royal Lodge, exiled him to a modest farmhouse on the Sandringham estate, and still it wasn't over. On the morning of February 19th, 2026, his 66th birthday, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was arrested, held for nearly 11 hours. King Charles issued a cold, carefully worded statement. The law must take its course. The Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate, backed the King's words. The Virginia Giuffre family, whose daughter accused Andrew of sexual abuse before tragically taking her own life in 2025, released a statement. No one is above the law, not even royalty. 82% of Britain's polled said he should be removed from the line of succession entirely. He was released, but remains under active investigation to this day. Here is what most people don't know. The Andrew investigation is not operating alone. Police forces across the UK are coordinating. The Metropolitan Police is investigating whether London's own airports were used to facilitate human trafficking linked to Epstein. Former protection officers who once guarded Andrew have been asked to come forward with anything they saw or heard. And there is a second name in the files, Peter Mandelson, the former British ambassador to the United States, also arrested, also under investigation, also denying everything. The UN Human Rights Council has now weighed in, calling the Epstein scandal so vast, so systematic, it may meet the legal threshold of crimes against humanity. And here is the question that nobody in the palace wants to answer. If the King's own brother could be arrested on his birthday, who is next? The House of Windsor has survived abdications, divorces, the death of Diana, 2 world wars. But this, a sitting monarch's brother under criminal investigation, potentially facing life in prison. This is uncharted territory, and we are all watching. If you want to stay ahead of every development in this story as it unfolds, subscribe now, because this chapter of royal history is far from over.